Hey,
Hey!
you guys. Hello, everyone.
Hi!
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy to be here.
Our special guest today.
Chit-chatting.
Hello.
I'll let you guys talk.
Hey, okay,
Hi there.
welcome. My name is Cindy Collins. I'm one of the co-founders of Actors Theater of Indiana. This is, I believe, our 6th installment of our podcast, Lunch Break with ATI. Today, we have my friend, my very good friend, and a very, very talented artist, Scott Osborne. Now, Scott is local, right?
I am
Scott
local,
lives here.
yep.
He actually lives right on the border of Carmel and Indianapolis. You're like right there on the cusp.
Yep.
And
For a little bit longer.
yes, that's
Yeah.
correct. So in your shanty where you're building all your
Oh yeah.
metalworks.
Oh yeah.
But I'll let you tell everybody exactly what you do and what type of artist you are, and all the other things you have your hands in, because that's not all you do. Because as artists, we have to do all kinds of different things
Oh, yeah.
to survive and to pay the rent. And so Scott is a bit of a Renaissance man, if you will.
Yeah, a jack of all trades and a master of none.
Exact, and that's his tagline.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yep. I say it a lot.
Yeah, but Scott's mom is Meg Osborne, and Meg is our marketing director, and so that's how we got to know Scott. And he has actually been commissioned by the city of Carmel to do a few pieces of. You have done work.
Yeah,
for
I've got
the city.
I've had 3 up in the city of Carmel
Yep.
and about 3 downtown Indianapolis as well. Done some work for a few local restaurants as well.
Okay, so you went to Heron,
I
correct?
did. Yeah,
Okay.
Heron School of Art and
Okay,
Design.
and how did you like it?
I loved it.
Did you?
It changed my perspective on so many different
Yeah.
ways of like, well, what even is, included in the art world. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't even, I came in as an illustration major, left as a sculptor. I mean,
In like metal.
in metal,
Steel
yeah.
and stuff. I mean, he works in this heavy stuff.
Yeah.
And so his artwork is really cool.
Oh, thanks.
Because you, I mean, artists are, of course, everything they do is their individual themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, right, as it should
Yeah,
be.
you let yourself show through it.
You do, but you really are creative. Let's talk about the one piece that you were commissioned to do for the historical society.
Well, there were
here.
actually 2.
Oh yes! Oh, I completely forgot. Yes,
Yeah.
both of them. One is still up, and the other one is in storage because they're building
Yeah.
a brand new museum.
Well, actually, I had to move the other one at the moment as well because we
Oh,
didn't
my.
want it to
Okay,
get
okay.
messed up during
Yeah,
the
yeah.
construction process.
All right, so you made 2 of them. The first one that I saw was Go.
It
It's so cool.
was called Blossoming, and it is a kinetic sculpture that 17 handmade gears, and you spin a wheel, and it opens and closes just like a flower blossoming. So
Yep.
the coolest part about it, though, it was made out of retired Monon Railroad signs, and that was
Yeah.
the biggest component of the sculpture. Was they were like, well, we would like you to make something that moves. And we have all this stuff that you can use for it and go crazy. And, talking about the Monon and the Monon's past being a railroad,
That's right.
the Monon's present being a bike path,
Yep.
and the Monon's future, which is the beautification of the Monon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so thinking about those 3 elements, the railroad signs, I used bike parts, bike wheels, wagon wheels, rollerblade wheels as all of the bearings and gears that made this thing function. So that's talking about the Monon's present. And then the floral shape in itself, when I think of beauty, I mean, the first thing you think of is a flower.
Right.
And like,
Sure.
so, the beautification element is represented in the overall floral design of
Yeah.
the sculpture.
I just think it's so cool because you do have all the old railroad signs. Like some are old railroad signs.
Yep.
Right? And the flower is that flower. What did you make that out of?
Those are original street blocks. So the part that comes down
Yes.
to block traffic
Yeah.
from coming through when the train's passing.
Yeah, yeah. So it's really cool. And when it gets put up again, it will be. Will it be put inside?
It will be inside the museum.
Okay, so it's going to be inside the museum because it was
Yep.
outside, and that's why he had to move it, because obviously they're building a whole new structure there, right next to the old train depot.
Yeah.
So they're going to build a museum there. 3 stories, I think.
I think so.
But that'll be inside. It's really cool. It's a super cool structure. And then you built, and that's right. And then you had the other one, which is that beautiful butterfly. Oh, tell about that.
Well, so the coolest part is they're both at the Historical Society. And what I used as a kind of barrier for the first blossoming sculpture was these grass-like shapes that were rounded out. And but ultimately they were there to keep kids and people from touching the moving gears.
Right.
But I was able to take that idea and blow it up to a 10-foot scale of the same grass rounded shape that I used there, and that's what I was able to suspend the monarch butterfly sculpture on.
Yeah, that's beautiful. But it's the pod, and it's the
So it's the whole life
cycle. Right.
Yeah, it's the whole
exactly.
life cycle of the monarch butterfly. So you have the egg, the chrysalis, the caterpillar, or the caterpillar, chrysalis, and cocoon.
Yeah.
And each one, suspended from a 10-foot beam,
Okay.
and angled as well as I could to make them kind of look dynamic, like the butterfly was flying, the caterpillar was
butterfly
climbing.
is out of this world.
Oh, thank you.
And the butterfly is so gorgeous. I mean, it's one of your most beautiful pieces
Thank
to
you.
date
I appreciate that.
that I've seen. But it's really neat. But that's in storage too now?
It is right now.
Okay.
I'm taking it as a good opportunity to touch up some of the paint work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's in my studio right now.
Yeah.
And I've, the coolest part about all of these sculptures is there's some sort of hidden element in all of them.
Right.
Whether it be a car part, specifically in the Monarch series, there is a car part in each 4 of the cycles.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So,
that's cool.
The end of the caterpillar is an old oil filter. The drive
okay.
shaft is the body of the butterfly.
Okay.
So, just
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
examples.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's something in each one of them. And I really like implementing found object into
I think so too.
my
I
work.
think there's the artists that do that. It's recycling, but it's just so cool. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no other way to put it. It's just so neat when things are recycled into a different piece. Things like that, like car parts.
Yeah.
Of course, the railroad makes sense. It's the railroad. But you're doing that in all of your pieces. Do you do that when you're commissioned for anything that's like in a restaurant or anything?
No,
You
no,
can't because
yeah.
you want it real specific.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. There's a art versus
I got
the other stuff. But we got to do the other stuff too.
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
And they want specifically, this is what we want, you build it, done.
Yeah.
It's not really any of your artistic, it is, because it's art, but it's not your,
And I appreciate
can't be
them.
and
Definitely
Oh
appreciate
my,
them.
tell me about it. You appreciate the work.
Yeah.
And you want that, and you want the client you want to give the client what they want.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But then it's also great that that somebody says, hey, listen, we're going to commission you to do this, but we're going to give you some free reign.
That's always fun.
We're going to give you some free reign, and you're going to bring to it what you bring to it, and that is like there's a structure on Main Street of yours, triangle,
Circle, square.
yeah,
Yep. Primary colored.
And you like those.
I like-
That's kind
yep.
of like your thing.
And the number 3. That's my biggest.
Yeah.
Like I kind of implement. It sounds simple, but
Yeah.
implementation of the number 3 into
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
I do.
Yeah, and you even wanted to touch that one up. That's been
Yes,
out
I
there
do.
a long time.
Yes, and
It's
it's
right-
actually we're
yeah.
City of Carmel is lucky enough to get another sculpture coming in there very soon.
Okay.
So that'll be in the next couple of weeks. That one's actually going to be moving somewhere else.
Yeah. Are you gonna have time to do what you want with it? before
Yeah,
it's moved
I think I
to
will. I
maybe-
think I'm going to give it a new paint coat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just
It's
have
neat.
it in my hands for a little
It's
bit.
right near the it's right on the corner. It's right across from Muldoon's.
Yes. Yeah.
It's on that-
Veterans Way.
It's right on Veterans Way, right there on the corner. It's neat. And it's been there for a while,
Mm-hmm.
so that's nice.
It sure has.
Yeah, that's
I'm
really cool.
fortunate to have had the spot for as long as I
I
did.
know, and I think, and I know you don't know where they're moving it, but I hope they do move it to another place that's prominent.
Yes,
It's
I would love
because
that.
it deserves it.
I thank you.
Yeah, and so now here's my question. So you're doing all this art. You're getting your footing. You're starting for weddings, for events. You did it for
Yeah.
your sister's wedding.
Yes, I did, and my best friend's wedding is coming up soon as
Okay.
well, and I just finished making one out of
So they're
wood
like
for him.
art. They're like they're
with
they're,
him actually. He
You
helped.
made
he
it
helped
with
me.
him?
Yeah.
They're arches. They're That's not what they're called.
Arbors.
They're arbors. Hello,
Yeah.
duh. They're arbors. I should know that because my grandmother had a huge grape arbor growing up.
Very cool.
Massive. But these are made out of, what do you make them out of?
Well, I've done a couple out of steel, and the most recent one for my buddy's wedding is out of wood, because that's kind of, he's doing more of like a rustic themed wedding.
Yeah.
So
And can they be any size? Or do you have a standard size you make?
well, there's a size that looks good with people standing under them.
Right.
And there's a size that looks too big, and
Yeah.
if you want that, you can have that
Yeah.
too. But
Yeah.
I can make
And
them
they're
at any
custom,
point.
I
But
mean, people
yeah,
say,
custom designed,
Yep.
custom patterned.
So you get your own custom-made arbor.
Yeah, it's very
and you
fun.
keep it forever.
Yeah. What I'm most excited about is what I'm doing next for you guys, though, which is the marquee. That will be very fun.
Yes.
Coming
'Cause,
soon.
Coming soon
Yeah.
to ATI, an ATI near you.
Yeah.
So Scott, also we're for Carmel Fest, we do the Carmel Fest parade every year, and Scott designs our floats. And last year you won.
Yeah.
One,
the
what was
most patriotic, which is basically.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they called
we
it.
won? Most
But I think
patriotic
that's
one?
like, since it's the 4th of July, that's just
Right,
the name for
right,
like
right.
the award.
But it's great. But Scott
but-
designs the floats for us and builds on this big flatbed that we have. He completely constructs a float for us. And so he's obviously going to do it again this year.
Mm-hmm.
And this year it's going to be more of we're going to have a marquee on it.
Kind of a theater theme.
Yeah.
Float this year.
Like the old marquees, and we have our old theater seats that we're going to put up there. And it'll be cool.
It'll be cool. I'm excited
We'll use
about
some
it.
stuff from last year, though. You're going to
Yes,
use a
yeah,
few
the same
things.
platform, same trailer
Yeah.
base.
Yeah.
But having a little extra time to work on something specific, I think this marquee will come out looking really cool.
Oh, it's going to look awesome.
Lots of lights. Lots
Yeah,
of
a lot of
lights.
lights in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
But hopefully.
Well, hopefully we get some other uses
But
out
we're
of it
gonna
as well.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
Because we're hoping to absolutely use the marquee, possibly, I don't know, maybe in the lobby of the theater for a
Well,
temporary.
I was thinking the entrance initially and having it leveled out so you can still see it as you're walking up.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like at the old school theater
yeah,
approach.
like just like the old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if we can swing that.
Yeah.
But
Fingers crossed.
we're going.
As always.
We're good. As always. We always have our fingers crossed. That's our life. Our fingers are crossed.
Yep.
But I hope we can use that, because you build something and he takes all this time to build it, and they're good structures and they're long lasting, and so we just don't want it sitting around not being used. That's why we're going to use some of the stuff from last year too.
Yeah.
Because you took such a long time to build that.
No reason not to.
And I mean it's really
A few
really
modifications,
wonderful.
but
Yeah, exactly. And so
Yeah.
it changes the theme of the float, but you can still use some of the stuff that you worked so hard on
yeah.
to use. And but yeah, it's really cool. We're so lucky to have him, and I think anybody's lucky to have you who asks
I'm
you
happy
to
to be
do.
here.
Yeah, I
Really.
think
I think it's a good.
I think everybody's fortunate when you can do something for them.
Yeah.
And if just like anybody, a performing artist, a visual artist, the more gigs you get, the more work you do, the more work comes to you.
Yeah.
I
I mean, normally I'm on the other side of the camera.
Yes, and that's one more. It's like
Side
another
note.
thing you do. He runs this podcast with Philip Peluso, and so the two of them set this all up for us. They're going to take this on the road. They got this down, and so the two of them
We
just-
timed it today. It was
Oh, yeah.
30 minutes set up.
Oh,
We
yeah,
were feeling
boom,
pretty good about
boom.
it.
We walk in now. We're like, ooh, we just sit down, do our thing. It's great. But yeah, Scott. I mean, you're such an awesome guy. I mean,
Thank you very
only
much.
'cause,
I think you're an
we
awesome
get
woman
along
yourself.
great. Which is great. He gets along great with everybody. He's so easygoing.
Oh.
And most artists are like that. There's easygoing people trying to do their trade.
Yeah.
Do their work.
Yeah.
Bring something to it, like you do.
And doing our best out here.
Yeah, exactly, and just trying to do their art, your art.
Yeah.
Which is
Whatever it may be.
exactly, which is what we all try to do, right?
Yeah.
And so a quick plug. Besides Scott, sorry,
Go for it.
Working. Our production of Working is running, and we run till May 22nd. We opened last Friday. It's a terrific show. The cast is fantastic, and it's just such a wonderful musical about all the working people in America who actually built this country and are continuing to work hard to keep this country going through good times, bad times, you know, it's really all the people that you never think about in your daily, like all the healthcare workers and the steel workers and the masons and the waitresses, the wait staff, and everybody that just works some of the jobs that nobody else wants to do as well, you know. So it's a great show. I'm in it. I'm having a fantastic time with everybody, and so I just had to give that a little plug.
Glad you did.
But besides our float, what's on the horizon for you?
Oh, I'm actually might be doing another float for the same parade. Side note, but figuring that out. Yeah.
Don't make it as good as ours. I'm kidding.
You got priorities.
I'm kidding.
Don't tell them
You
that.
can't help it. You can't help it, right? Oh my gosh, you're gonna get 2 awards.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I think so. I think you will. Well, that's good. So that's go. All right. So you got that. You're doing this stuff here for us. And you are probably, because your workshop is small. You need to expand.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're going to be expanding.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
you are. So I mean, you because ours, you need a space. You need space.
Yeah, I need a
people
little
don't
room.
realize you got to have space.
Yeah.
For putting this here, put that there, get this out of the way. It's just like any workshop.
Otherwise, you're stepping over the same things.
Well, you're tripping over. Yeah.
And
Tripping over
pulling out
yourself.
equipment that doesn't need to be pulled out and putting it away after it's done is just another hassle.
Right. So I agree, but there's not. It's funny because there's not a lot of you're in a garage now.
Yeah.
In the back of your house.
Yep. 3-car garage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and you don't even have all of that. I don't think so.
Nope.
But that's okay because he's moving and it's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, we're excited about that.
Oh, I am too.
Excited about
so
the move.
Excited.
Yep.
I can't stand it.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you.
My pleasure.
You're great. Scott Osborne.
Thank you,
He
really.
is a local artist who works in steel, mostly metals, wood. He has his new arbor company, building
Ceramics
arbors
as
for
well. Ceramics and portraits as well.
the list goes on.
Yeah.
Okay, the guy can do it all. But this new arbor company that you're building arbors for weddings, and so I think that is a great idea.
Well, thank you.
And please, if you have anybody who has a wedding coming up or anything, I've
Getting
seen.
married, let me know.
If you get hitched, he's your guy. Get hitched right under the arbor, but they really are pretty because I've seen them. And his sisters that he made for his sister is absolutely beautiful, and with the flowers on it or anything you want to put on it, they really are lovely. And then you have it for the rest of your life in your backyard, in your front yard, wherever. It's something that you had made for yourself, and I think that is the best kind of keepsake there is.
Especially for a wedding.
Especially, right, with representing the love that people have for each other.
Absolutely.
And
I try to take into consideration some of their intimate details between the two of them as I'm doing the design. Yeah.
Come on. This is, I mean, how great can you get here, right? I mean, it's so
Just doing what
personal,
you can,
right? Yeah, I agree. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to be going now. But next Wednesday we'll be back. I don't know who our mystery guest will be. And
we're going to find out.
Well, we're going to find out next week. It will probably be, and I think my cohort Don Farrell will be hosting next week. But
and I'll be on the other side of that camera.
And Scott will be on the other side. But thank you for watching this. If you're watching live or if you watch it later at a later date, thank you very much. We appreciate your support.
Absolutely.
And for Lunch Break with ATI. And again, I'm Cindy Collins, one of the co-founders. Scott Osborne, our pal, local artist, a jack of all trades, a Renaissance man. He can do it all. But thank you so much, and thank you, and tune in next week, next Wednesday. Don't forget, Working runs through May 22nd, Studio Theater at the Center for the Performing Arts.
See ya.
Toodaloo.